Hey everyone, Matthew Cooke, founder and CEO of GTC Golf Academy, and today I'm going to show you how to hit a greenside chip shot just like a tour player. So similar to pitching, there are certain characteristics that we want to establish at address that are the same as pitch shots, which is the handle being higher and the fact that we want our arms to feel much more connected to our torso, and that our upper body, our torso, is going to do most of the hitting of this shot just by its rotation. We don't want, just like pitch shots, we don't want a lot of wrist hinge, we don't want the hands to come into play all that much. We want to control the distance by how big our turn is, our rotation is. That way we have fewer moving parts and you're more likely going to be more consistent over a longer period. So let's establish first a good address position. So because it's such a short shot, and typically you find with chip shots, there's a lot of situations where you can putt, but once you get to a distance around the green that where you can't accurately predict how the ball's gonna work through the grass, like I'm looking at the grass in front of me, and if I was to hit a putt from here, I really don't know what the ball's gonna do. So I couldn't accurately predict how it's going to perform. So at that point, you know, okay, I need to chip it now. I think it was Ben Hogan or Bobby Jones or somebody like that said, putt when you can putt, chip when you can't putt, and only pitch if you have to. And so I always tried to share that with all of my students. So let's establish first just a good setup position. So you're going to find a lot of this is similar to the pitching. The stance width is pretty close together. The ball position is central or a little bit forward, and the handle is higher. We don't want the hands to get too low. Always the handle higher, so we have the toe of the club pointing down towards the ground. That's going to help prevent us from digging and hitting a chunk, which I see a lot of golfers that are trying to break 80 or even trying to break 90 do. It's a similar characteristic, just of the varying levels for those golfers. So what we're going to do is establish that good setup position, and then I've got an exercise here that's very simple. I advise you do it on the golf course because that's where you play, and all you need is, I've got 4 golf balls, but you could do it with 3 to be honest, and you're going to line up the balls at a bit of an angle like this, and you're going to have enough space to where you could actually have a practice swing and miss both balls between. And I've done this thousands of times, so I might make it look a little easier than it actually is. But I would say that doing this exercise, you'll get better much faster than you would if you weren't to do it. So all we're going to do is get that address position that we established, and then from there what we're going to do is continuously hit a shot, have a practice shot, hit a shot, practice shot, and hit a shot. We're not going to stop at all. We're actually going to keep swinging and move at the same time. I'll tell you why the balls are positioned this way after. Let me just go ahead and show you this exercise. Just like that. Now, like I said, I've done that thousands of times, so I might make it look a little bit easier than it is. You can notice that there's no divot with any of those shots. I clip the ball just nicely off the surface. That's our goal. We don't want to see divots. And I often see divots with golfers trying to break 80 or 90 when they put the ball back in the stance and they do that traditional hit down and have a lot of shaft lean. It's not how you hit good chip shots. That's not how the best players in the world hit good chip shots either. So I put the balls at an angle because what I want to influence is that my sternum, and for the most part all my body, moves to the left, moves towards the target, so much so that I could hit the shot and lift my right leg off the ground because I'm a right-handed golfer. Now, we should at address position about 60% of the weight left anyway, but what I want is I want to see my golfers swing and move forward and move more pressure onto the left foot and move more weight onto the left side, which ultimately what we're doing is we're getting the sternum to move ahead of the ball, and we're going to naturally get the right shaft lean and we're going to get the right contact. So that's why I position the balls at an angle, because it's just another subtle thing to influence this moving forwards of the body and the pressure. Because I see a lot of golfers that they actually back out of it, which I see golfers that are trying to break 80, golfers that are trying to break 90, it's just, like I've said before many times, it's a similar trait. I see it in short iron play, I see it in pitch shots, I see it a lot in driver and a lot in long irons, and I even sometimes see it with the chipping. And I think with chipping, it's because they're trying to lift the ball in the air, and so we can let the club do that work for us. So all we're going to try and do, put the balls in the balls at an angle like that to help us get through the ball, get onto our left side and get our sternum ahead of the ball for better contact. So go ahead and try that drill. Like I said, try it on the golf course because it only takes an extra couple of balls. And I mean, I probably spent an extra, if I was just doing this exercise and not talking to you, it would have taken me an extra few minutes, and that's it. If someone's behind me, they're not going to be waiting all that long. So it's always definitely best to do these practice exercises and drills like this in a situation out on the golf course. So try that, let me know how it goes, and I'm sure you'll hit better chip shots around the green.